All right, it's August 26th, Wednesday. We are back. Freaking exhausted. Just got back from the gym. Hooah! All right, let's take a look at the top gainers today. All right, here's NAK. Now, I talked about NAK before. How right here, see this move right here? And then, yeah, we bounced out of this pretty hard. This, I called it like it's a wedge. It's more of a wedge. And that candle, and I'm like, yeah, this was a good, looking to get in right here. And as you see that candle, it was looking to be a good long. And then the next day, just completely the same candle. And then it sort of drifted. I didn't like it at all. It was kind of fishy to me. You can spot these things. Like, it didn't make sense. It should at least hit an inside candle. And then look at this. Then it dropped 151 million today. It's very oversold. And the 5 minute, this was a good long. This was a bounce. So you need to see this, then this, 60 cents. See, on this, you had to watch. I mean, it could have bounced here the next day or the same day. So, you can keep that on watch. And the 5-day or the 5 minute right here. As soon as this broke this trend right here, started to come up about 65 cents. And then your next line, like 70. What's the low of this? 70. That's weird. See this on the low? It says 70, but that doesn't reach. This one does. I'm not sure if that's like a misprint or something, but anyway, so this went up, really came up, and then hard came down. Look where it touched the 13 EMA, bounced again, then we went down again and bounced. So, and on the 10-minute, this was even better hold. See this? On the 10 to 15, you can see where the holds are. Back to the 3-minute, 65 cents a little up here, bounce down. So, yeah, this was a good long. I was expecting the bounce. Wonder if there was news here. I didn't really look at this one. Yesterday, I haven't seen it on FinViz, Trade Ideas. Northern Dynasty Minerals and Bale among energy materials gainers, blah, blah, blah. Been a better Alpha stock news. Has never been a better time to buy. I don't really see. I'm not looking deep into it, but you can see a huge gap here. They're right around that one area now. So any good news will pop this. So they might have pushed it too far, and this is a trading game. So looking at the 3-minute here, right here. So this is 65. And it's funny, see the trend line? All trend lines are 1320 EMA. That's where they all come into connection. Look at this right here, and look where it bounced. The trend line off that like 60. So this bounced up. So, this is a really good long penny play. So you got to be careful with it, but you look for these little signals, these little signs in these moves. So you'll see this after you watch, charting for a while. You'll see this. BIGC, the recent IPO. Again, here's a move here. Your trend line went up. Huge volume today, 20.5 million. And here's another one, pretty straightforward. You had over, 110. And then this little move right here, and we start to go 105. This is putting big chunks. You got to separate this pretty far. Because look at these lines. This is taking out like $5. So you got to really lower your size on this. But, 110, and that stop would have been maybe 107, and it exploded up. And then this formed a descending triangle breakout. Then we took off. So this move from, almost like 102 to 150, an incredible move here. I don't see no recent news. Let me just look at this, because if I were to play this, I'm trying to see how many shares I got. 110. This I get in 110. What's my stop going to be here? Here or here. It just goes down 5, down 500. 50, let's say 50 shares. So 50 if it even drops 5, I'm down 250. So 110, I get out somewhere here. Times 24. It's 1200 right there, Jesus Christ. And then 50 times 110, 35, it would have been like 1750 right here. Look at that 145. Jesus. That's why on these, when these are taking out chunks of 5, like lower your size. Even if you have 25, 50 shares, you can make 1,000. So that's pretty incredible. All right, FLNT, this has started to grind up. Nothing pre-market. Little move here, little move here. Then we drop, then we bounce a little bit. So the volume was pretty light. 31,000. This wasn't putting in 100,000 or a million chunks. Then the volume picked up later. Look at the 10-minute. Hugging, then exploded down. Then we broke up. The daily chart, this is the best volume it's ever done. It's back in January 2020, so it really doesn't do that much volume. That was a nice long today. Works. WRX. This is the one I said stay away. See this at the long halt. Right here it did bounce. Well, yesterday you saw a candle, so it was a good sign that something probably maybe the next day would happen. But see, on this was choppy. See this chart? Can't get a read. It's just like 210.2, exploded up. It's a very quick trade. That's why I said stay away too. I don't trust this at halt before. The FLDN broke through this broadening wedge, 133 million today. This is another one. See this way early, 4:05 a.m. Look at this. And then what's your line here? Really, it's this line. So it breaks over. It's 9. So as soon as it breaks over like 10, I'm trying to get a read on this. 11. 11 right here. Then we went up to almost 12. This is another one. Now this is like, you can see this move. And then you see right here, this is at 981. Like this is today's open, that green little like check line, little spaces in between. So you could have got in maybe here and took a shot for the break above this trend line. It was starting to hold the low, and then we went up, and then it did pretty much a fake out. It wasn't much gain here, very quick, and it dropped. So this was just, I hate these little channels. It's a little small gain, but you have to make a quick move on it. LI, Lee Auto. This wasn't bad over 20. This is more of a classic setup. You can see these setups. Like as soon as you see this, draw your line here. This is an ascending breakout. Touched, came back, and look where it found the old trend line, or the old not trend line, 1320 EMA. We went to 20, then really took off, exploded. Nothing great in volume. Actually, how high is it? Yeah, 140. Okay, that's pretty good vibe. It was really, and then you moved up here on the 10-minute. 20. Look at this, nice 13 smooth. And this is another one, recent IPO, and sort of this bouncing up. Look at these gap ups. So this is a really good long. CYRX. This is just an explosion up here. Blackstone invested 275 million. That was yesterday. So stop jumps. This is pure momentum. If you catch us, put in your lines here. 42, 43, 44. Look at this. It's just going out. When do you jump in? That's the tough part. I mean, as soon as it starts to move, you take your shot. The higher it gets, As soon as it starts getting up here, then you're like, you're middle of your screen here. See this? And you get to the top of your screen. From here to here, you know you're getting pretty high. When you're 43, 46, then you're like, the chances increase this is going to drop every time you're going higher and higher. So keep your stops tight, but it's a pure momentum play. Salesforce, higher priced, really rocket. LPCN, 160 to 185. Excuse me, I'm getting real tired. CHS, Chico Vas, 140, exploded to 155. Plan, this was a nice pre-market. These are all misprints. So, 735, and this got to 51. And on these, when you see these big candles, it's like pure momentum. There's a pretty good shot they're going to go pretty far. I've seen this now too, and it's really exploded up on plan. Fetterman show announces filing securities action lawsuit against NAK+44. Tops estimates. What's the news in this? They announced second quarter results and guidance and all that. So, this was a strong rocket move here. There's the daily, 3-minute, 10-minute. See the 10-minute, there's one big candle here. 740, 750. These are easier to see too in a 10-minute. When you have this 10-minute, and then we go up like this, and then there's your line, your 53 line. This one is low as 52.23 on that. Urban Outfitters. Let's see what else we have here. My CT. So there's a nice CT. This is a broadening wedge. See this? The wedge is getting wider. And this is a little drop and oversold. So that's one clue. When you see this sort of riding up, see this held the stochastics and it came way down. And last 3 days have been a nice pop. VNET. This is another straight rocket momentum. It's hard to catch these. I mean, unless you're looking at it or you spot it right away. This is clearly over 2150. And see how wide you are, 1320 EMA, and just rocketed up to 24, then we came back down and took off again. So very nice long. GOLA. This is a former popper. See this, it pops. And this AYRO. This is between 6, and you see this wedge getting wider and wider. Very oversold here. I think I might have said this maybe one of my videos, and then it pops here. So Smith & Wesson, with all the riots and stuff. Then there's another shooting in Wisconsin, I believe. And America's just a mess right now. There's just so many problems. And so Smith & Wesson's been making a climb for a while now, and then dropped a little bit. Still oversold here. Look at this. 13. This is a nice gap. I love this long here. It's a very good long setup. Now we have the gate here too. 1775, bounce up. Closer to here, you play that bottom line here, that 18 line with a nice gain. Let me see, 18. 1200, 18. Yeah, this could have been a $2,000 trade if you caught this. On that, You know, you play your closer, it's very close to playing that line out, and you play your lower line. Always comes back with wicks. Not all the time, I'm saying, not all the time. But they use, what's this? OCUL. OCUL. All right, Neo. Look at Neo here, right over 15. There's your daily chart. And you can see that. And this took off. This is tougher pre-market. The move was real early. And then it's kind of choppy though. Putting in big chunk break handles and not that easy. Go. Netflix. Look at Netflix. Jesus. Netflix taking off. ZUO. Nice play there. All right, so top plays again. Let me see. PER just popped up. Sandridge Permian, PED. These are like oil and gas. Oil and gas is starting to heat up something here. So the top plays, 50 cents, $1, $2. Today was more of a higher price though. You had a lot of 51, 18, 22, 25, 50. It's a mix between higher and a lot of pennies, like $1, I'm seeing 2, 5. So kind of a mix there. So once again, there are moves. Like today was not major gainers. PER is 82%, PD 52, NAK 49. Yes, we got 30s. This is one of the lowest gainer days I think of the year, because we're getting into the late summer months now, and the top gainers list shrinking. There's gainers like 13 up to 30%, but it's just been different. It's been slowing a little bit here, but all right, let's take a look at the SPY. SPY just keeps going and going. Dow Jones up 83, S&P 35, NASDAQ 198, small caps -9, VIX plus 124. The VIX was up, and so is everything else. It's kind of strange. So this is a rising wedge. It broke above the wedge. We did that before back here. Remember this? And then we broke above, then we dropped. So, and look at the volume. The volume is really decreasing here. It's decreasing. So when you have volume decrease so low, eventually you're going to have an explosion in volume. Now the weekly, look how high we are. We're making this full bend, and I think we're going to go down eventually. You're high as you can go. You're at you're like 99. Where are we at here? 99 on stochastics. You're not getting higher than that. We did that back in January 2020, and eventually started to drop a little bit. So you're getting that high. There's nothing you can do except go lower. So we'll see on this. This is looking ridiculously. The bounce is unbelievable. Total V. We're way overbought. The economy's still all messed up. So I don't know. I know it's going to bring it down again. On this chart, we have everything lining. Your 20, there's your 50, 100 day is crossing over. There's a 50, there's a 200, 150. So everything is pretty incredibly long here. But just like that, something's going to crash it. I don't know what it's going to be. I think we get a strong pullback. Healthy pullback would be like all the way to 300. Really come back. Maybe 325. But you don't know. You don't know how far this is going to go. No one knows anything. It's all speculation. NASDAQ. There's the NASDAQ. This is a straight channel. Look at this. incredible. Dow Jones, see this is getting above here, here. Yeah, this is very high up too. Draw your line here. I'm trying to connect these so it doesn't really connect, but you can see back here. So, you know, where this stands on the weekly on this, you know, you're very high up. So you're at 96. Can't get much higher. The VIX. See, the VIX is not going down here, which is something is up here. I mean, you can keep saying it could be weeks, months, and you're like, oh, you're finally right. But look how low we are. We're at 9. Look at this on the weekly. We're sort of on sideways now. On the daily, why is the VIX up today? The VIX is moving higher. And look at this, stochastics. But it didn't really go lower. The market's still strong. So the VIX should be going down. I think volatility is coming. Yeah, we could get a spike up. Pretty big spike. We'll see here. BXY. The same thing. Look at this trend line. That trend line, falling wedge. We're coming down, going sideways now. It's starting to creep up here. So something's up here. Just keep an eye on it. Something is going on here. All right, so that's that. Defend. I told people this. I didn't like this. See this crossover? When that move here, I go, it's sort of fake because this has to cross. You want your stochastics to be like this. See this? Fully engaged long. Coming down. It's a 4-hour down. It's 4 hours still trying to go down. So I want this to go under 2010, and that would be a nice buy. Boeing, this follows Boeing. And you can see their retracement at 38.2. Touched here, touched many times. It's sort of like going back and forth. Eventually, see it's getting tighter here. If this trend line holds, we're going to break up. So I would watch on that. Boeing. Let's look at some of the swing ideas. JMIA. This came out right here, the wedge falling down though. Still oversold. This went below 10. I said, you know, forget it. I mean, not forget it totally, but see, this is a fake right now. Once it's out though, this could do one of these to come up, or it's just playing games. NKTR. I love this sideways. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches here at 19. And very oversold. This is good, promising looking move here. BHC. This one I called off. As soon as I saw this, and then it came this, and another red candle, I'm like, you know, this is totally faking everyone out. But from this right now, low is getting higher. And you know, this is a chance to break this and run up. So this is looking better on BHC. Bausch & Lomb, Bausch Healthcare, whatever it is. So that's on that. So, you know, that's where we stand right now. Yeah, the environment, Dow Jones is looking good long. Right now it's still long. The VIX is moving up. It's very strange. And, yeah, we're getting gainers each day. Today was really strange. It's like really low, like high gainers, your high top gainers. I mean, it doesn't have to be 300% stocks or stocks 20, 15. It doesn't matter. It's like the range they give. They could give a $1 move, and that's all you need. But you see the big moves slow the last week now, few weeks. End of summer, September, we're going to start heating up, people back from vacations and everything. So, yeah, it'll be looking interesting. From September to April is the biggest time in penny stocks and everything. You're going to see ridiculous moves. So Yep. All right, let's see. See what nail's trying to break down a little bit here. See this? Din, Dime Brands, sort of showing signs of maybe weakness here. Trying to think of some other plays. See, airlines, back and forth, HA, Love. Here's Win, sort of going back and forth. So the casinos. How about the REITs, MFA, Paul. Den. Teachers getting overextended. These made a nice move. It's sort of getting toppy here. Roost. This one too. It's getting. They made a big move since July, so they had one small move, small. Right here, another move, came back down. Sort of did this, and it's forming a descending triangle. Then we exploded. That was the June move. Everything was on fire. Then we came back down again. Then we sort of went sideways. Then it's been up, fake out on some moves, and we sort of grind it up. So, you know, I think we can make it a next drop soon, but I don't know when. So, I mean, the SPY is just crazy right now. It just keeps going and going. So that is it on that. Let me see other swing ideas. MU. MU had a nice 2 days, and we stopped. LMFA. Going sideways, though. It's not really going down, so, you know, watch that. DVAX. Trying to come out of this triangle. Oh, not triangle, the wedge. Getting tired. There's the weekly, the 4 hour. Sort of is hovering now. Yeah, this will make a big move probably. UBX is just hovering there. Okay. See this still going down. Don't get in unless you have a signal. Like you're saying here, oh yeah, we're in. Look at that, red, red, red. And there's no signal. You wait for the signal. It could keep going. Everything's about the signals. I mean, it looks like, oh yeah, we're gonna go up, we're gonna finally move. JMPR. You know, this one's looking better, Juniper Networks. See this here? This is a falling wedge. All red candles here. Finally have a green. Another green. So this is looking promising. We're at 1490. Yeah, this is still looking like a very good swing here. 4 hour, way up here now. Really nice move. 2 hour, 1 hour, 10 minute. So that is it on that. All right, so going back to the top gainers today, not the biggest moves ever. Yeah, NAK. You've had BIGC, FLNT, works. You're getting moves though. CYRX. And some of these didn't have a pre-market. I noticed that the last week you're getting moves too. Like they're not showing pre-market, it's just sort of momentum. You're getting momentum. You get to spot these, and then they're really exploding out. So, all right, that's it. Please subscribe and like the channel. We are out for now. Peace.